Also, another thing, Monster Energy has left Mercedes and they're going to McLaren for 2024. They've been with Mercedes for 13 years and they are ditching them for McLaren. What did Zach Brown have to do to get this deal done?
He's got to have like the highest quality knee pads out there on the market. Got to.
Unbelievable.
There's no other way. You know how much money Monster has dumped into this? How else could you pull that off? That's crazy.
Yeah, I mean, it was pretty crazy myself when I read it. I was like,
I'm sure that 95% of the contract talks was Lando Norris and then 5% was Piastri. But still, I guess they're that marketable. I mean, even their road cars suck. I would choose a Mercedes over a McLaren. I mean, come on. What are we? I don't know, man. I think that's a big old L for Monster. Huge W for McLaren, but Mercedes just got to be over here thinking that they got blindsided or something. That's what I would feel like.
Pato Ward saying that once he wins Indy 500, he's going to Formula One. He is officially, after September, at the end of the IndyCar Series season this year, he's going full-time as a reserve driver for McLaren. I think this is a big L for Pato. I think it's a big L for American Motorsports. I think it's a big L for IndyCar. Pato Ward is the Ross Chastain of IndyCar. I mean, this would be the equivalent if Ross Chastain tomorrow decided, hey, I'm going to leave NASCAR. I'm going to Australia. I'm going to be full-time V8 supercar driver. That would be the biggest loss and L for NASCAR. This is what it is for IndyCar. Pato Ward is exciting. He creates just moments. You sit in awe watching Pato Ward race. Like, he's amazing. I don't understand why I'd want to go to Formula One.
Gotta be the biggest L for IndyCar, American Motorsports, and I'm gonna go even a step further, Mexico. It's got the biggest L for Pato. What are you doing? Man, McLaren kicked out their one driver who won them a race in over 10 years. 10 years and they just booted him. What do you think they're going to do to you? My good God, Lord. Almighty Christ Jesus. What are you doing? My guy, they're going to throw you out to the side like chopped liver. They don't give a crap about you. They don't give a crap about anybody else except Lando Norris. Mm-hmm. That's it. That's all they care about. How can people not see this? It is insane. Why would you... McLaren is such a cancer. It is such a cancer. It is a cancer to IndyCar, it's a cancer to drivers, and it's a cancer to any motorsports fan in the world right now. It's such a cancer. And people don't see it. Pato Ward can't even see it. Man.
Yeah, I mean, let's say best case scenario, right? He ends up getting the ride over Piastri in 2025. Best case scenario. Not saying this is going to happen. Not saying
Piastri's going to win a race before Lando.
Okay, but let's just put this into perspective. Lando's not going nowhere, right? Let's say Piastri just flops next year. Pato gets the ride in 2025. Pato goes out and sets the freaking world on fire, wins 10 Grand Prix in 2025. 2026, he's out. Lando Norris could win 0. He'll still be in. Why would you do that? Why would you put yourself why would you go somewhere where you're going to always be second best, no matter how well you do?
And that's another thing. He goes to F1. They're not giving him the best parts. No. They're giving him to Lando. So now you got an underperforming car every race weekend, and then you get the negatives, the negative outlook on yourself. Oh, well, it's just Pato Ward. Look at him. He can't do anything. Well, by God, he's got the third spare parts on his freaking car. You know, it's going to happen. Look, if he goes out there and sets the world on fire in F1, that's good. That's what we want. Because that means that IndyCar is actually a pretty tough series to go out and win in. But I might be a little pessimistic here, but it's not going to happen. It's not going to happen. I'm sorry. The Pato Award's not going to do a damn thing in F1. He's not. And it's half of it, or I'm going to say about 85% of it is going to be because of McLaren.
I agree. I think that was.
And 15% is going to be inexperience. And that's it. We drive Formula cars here in America with IndyCar. IndyCar is a Formula car, but we're talking about a whole different. I mean, this is premier open wheel Formula cars where constructors can make adjustments on their body work adjustments, suspension adjustments on their cars week in and week out. That he has no freaking idea.
And it's not a driver question or talent question at all, for sure.
He's got it. He's got it. But it takes a minute to get used to that sort of thing. I mean, we're going to see it with Kyle Larson when he gets into an IndyCar. It's going to take a minute for him to get used to it. Kurt Busch talks about it all the time when he ran the double. He said he had to throw away everything he knew about learning or driving a race car and relearn how to be a race car driver while he was in that IndyCar.
Yeah.
So, I mean, imagine doing that but going to F1.
Where nothing's on a level playing field. It's not a spec car.
And everything changes every weekend.